Okay, so velocity. A lot of people get confused about what it actually is. They get confused between, is it speed or is it not speed? Because at the end of the day, they are both measured in meters per second. However, velocity is speed in a given direction. So for example, if a car is travelling 60 miles an hour north on the motorway and another one's travelling 60 miles an hour south on the motorway, after an hour they'd actually be 120 miles away from each other. They wouldn't be in the same place. So it is really important that a direction is said. It could be positive, it could be negative, up, down, left, right, okay. Now there's different situations it can come up. If you have a look on your formula sheet, anywhere there's a little v, it's talking about velocity. So for example, acceleration, measured in meters per second squared, is equal to the final velocity minus the initial velocity divided by the time taken. So if you're trying to find the velocity here, you'd rearrange it this way. It can also be used in kinetic energy. So they do like to ask this one about the fastest possible speed. Now they're a bit naughty there, they might say speed, but they actually mean velocity, okay? So you would have to rearrange this one like this. So I wouldn't advise you to do it straight away. I'd say work through the question first. It can also come up in momentum, which is momentum in kilogram meters per second equals the mass of an object times the velocity that it is travelling. So to rearrange this one, it's quite simple, it would look like that. It can also come up in a velocity time graph. However, if they're asking you to find the velocity, it's quite simple, you'd read it off of the axes, okay? So I've done in a previous video, this means acceleration, that would be a constant velocity. So it is confusing, but what you need to do when you get a question that's talking about velocity, have a look at the question, have a look about which ones of these have you been given, because at the end of the day, you can't do a question unless you have the other components of that formula. So it's just a case of looking and then finding the correct formula on the formula sheet.